Hey friends, Doug Meyer here. Welcome to Morning Pause. Morning Pause is a little thing we do here at our church, Treach Memorial United Methodist Church, where I sit down and every Thursday we just talk about stuff that's going on in our life or your life with the idea that maybe you will set aside and just chill out. Just take a deep breath, contemplate your life and others, and give yourself permission to step out of the craziness. So speaking of craziness, do any of you all feel like I do that right about the last helping of Thanksgiving, you hear this little like firing gun in your head that says, on your mark, get set, go. And there is this amping up of adrenaline as we turn the corner and man, we're head on face into Christmas. It's interesting this year, Christmas and Hanukkah kind of overlap a bit. And so you have, just like the full on of the holiday season. And I wonder how you do with that. How's that work out for you? How do you deal with that? I will admit that I have gone through a long season of being kind of like Christmas Scrooge. And, I don't know if it's just because, for people who work in the church, Christmas is just full on. I think some of it, too, is some leftover stuff as a kid. I was talking this weekend with my sisters, and we all shared this kind of realization that essentially, I don't guess there's another way to put this, that we grew up pretty poor, and that we always had these unmet, unrealistic expectations of Christmas. And in part, they were set up by the fact that we would get that great big Sears and Roebuck Christmas catalog and go through it and circle stuff like crazy that we wanted. And then there was a huge gap between that experience and waking up Christmas morning. And I could never put together in my mind until I was much, much older how that all came to be. For the sake of other younger listening ears, I'm not going to go into that right now. But there was a huge disconnect for me, and it created a big kind of emotional punch in the gut. So over time, I think I've outgrown that just a little bit. But I came upon a quote by a gentleman that was New York Times writer back in the 50s and 60s. I didn't recognize the name at all, to be honest with you, Harlan Miller. And he kind of opens the door for me, maybe for you, about some of the chaotic feelings that we have at Christmas time. He says, probably the reason we all go so haywire at Christmas time with the endless, unrestrained, and often silly buying of gifts is that we don't quite know how to put our love into words. Did you catch that? We don't quite know how to put our love into words. So depending on kind of your temperament, some of us put our love into words by trying to buy that as an expression, right? We just go crazy. We buy. And if you watch Christmas commercials, that's the answer, right? Buy the huge new car with a bow on the top of it. Buy the sparkling ring. Buy the brand new Xbox or whatever it is. And we all, I think, know deep down that feeling only lasts about that long, right? And that's just kind of that's craziness. Some of us find our meaning for Christmas in our religious beliefs, our spirituality, our understanding of baby Jesus. Others understand it in different ways, and I get that. And here's what I want to challenge you to do today, is take back control of the Christmas crazies. Use the power of choice that you and I have. You don't have to go to the mall. You don't have to buy everything online. You don't have to. Craft this season, the next 20 some odd days, to be special and meaningful to you and to the people you love and the people you do life with. You have the power to do that. You don't have to do all this other craziness. I wonder what that would look like. What would it look like for you and for me to regain that control and to make the holiday as meaningful as we possibly can? Some of it might include some of the great traditions, great worship services, huge choirs, if that's your thing. Maybe it's taking a quiet walk in the woods. Maybe it is going and buying some gifts for your kids or for somebody else in need. The great thing is you and I have the power to decide and to make that meaningful and to not wake up Christmas morning or the morning after that or the morning after that with this big old grumpy spirit of resentment that it didn't turn out the way that Norman Rockwell or Hallmark or somebody else said it was supposed to. What do you say? Let's do that. I invite you, matter of fact, I challenge you today to use the little comment box here on Facebook to share one thing that you're going to do to reclaim, to take over the chaos of Christmas. What do you say? What are you going to do? Wendy and I are adopting a young man at her school who actually is a high school student who is homeless. Put that together in your head. And we're going to do some things to help them have a little bit better Christmas. What are you going to do? You're going to take a walk in the woods. You're going to come worship with us here at Treach. You're going to go hear some great music. Maybe enjoy some good food or good wine. It's within your power to reclaim it. I hope you will. Join me now for a really deep breath and a prayer of gratitude. Creator, I give you thanks for the power of choice, for the way that our minds work, that we have the power to make decisions and choices, to withstand the outside forces that tell us how to do, how to be, how to live, that within each of us is the wiring to make a good and right and healthy choice to celebrate this holiday in the most meaningful way we possibly can. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Amen. Take care, friends. I hope that you found something meaningful in Morning Pause today. If you did, let us know. If you did, share it with a friend. Pass it on. That's one of the ways Morning Pause gets out is you simply click share in the box. It's all up to you. In the meantime, take care.